Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us across the fence. I'm Fran Stoddard. With homecomings and parents' weekends just around the corner, fall college sports seasons are in full swing. It's unlikely that J.K. Rowling had college sports in mind when she authored her renowned Harry Potter book series, but part of that series introduces readers to the game of Quidditch. The devotion that some fans have shown for this fictional sport goes so far as to make it real. Keith Silva has our story.
To the uninitiated, any sport looks chaotic, strange, and... Wait a second. Are those people running around with sticks between their legs?
We're on the same page, but this is a very silly game, and that's what makes it special.
The game is Quidditch, and this is UVM's Quidditch team, the Friendship Athletes.
Okay, so spell that.
Quidditch, Quidditch. Fictional game made real.
Before Quidditch took to the pitch, it was a hit in the pages of the Harry Potter series and a grand slam at the box office.
And the game begins!
Brooms up!
Real Quidditch was adapted by two Middlebury College students in 2005 and based on the Harry Potter books written by J.K. Rowling. Since then, collegiate teams have formed across the United States. And like the story it's based on, Quidditch has a global presence. It's played in 25 countries by an estimated 20,000 players outside the U.S.
Aim for the head and usually it will go to their chest.
Becky Daw is the UVM Quidditch team president.
We're people who want to play a sport, but we want to have a lot of fun doing it. And when you're playing Quidditch, it's silly. So we're having fun while also being competitive. We're really a family here. Our team name is the Friendship Athletes because we are making friends while also chasing a guy around in a golden costume. It just makes it fun and makes it worthwhile.
We'll get to the guy in the golden shorts in a minute. Quidditch is played between two teams with 7 players on each side. 1 seeker, 3 chasers, 2 beaters, and 1 keeper. There are 2 different kinds of balls. On the right is the quaffle, and on the left is a bludger. Throwing the quaffle through any of the 3 hoops is worth 10 points.
We'll be starting.
Tom DeMuth is a junior at UVM and a cagey veteran when it comes to Quidditch.
The dodgeballs are the bludgers, and the beaters throw the 3 dodgeballs at other players to knock them off their broom. When they're knocked off, they have to drop what they're doing, get off broom, and go back and touch their hoops. The quaffle is the deflated volleyball, and what that is you throw that through the hoops, which are over yonder, to score 10 points. Each hoop is worth 10 points, so the chasers and the keeper play with that ball, try to throw it through the hoops.
As for the stick between everyone's legs, those are broomsticks, the non-flying kind, of course. And even though they're not airworthy, there's a lot of strategy to staying on broom.
You can see the field, the pitch a lot better than anyone else. So
Rachel Eddowes is the team's vice president.
When you're running, it's the best idea to have one hand on your broom, and we do a lot of drills where you learn how to catch with one arm, because while you're running, you got to be able to bring it right in. You got to squeeze the thighs. Squeeze the thighs, jump up, catch it, so you can do that.
There's some official guidelines for brooms. It has to be a certain length, it has to be a certain width. Before there were a lot of rules, it could just be a normal broom. But for strategy purposes, it's gone to a stick, because if you have this big bushy hay at the bottom of your broom, you could get beat there. So for strategic reasons, it's now just a PVC pipe, a nice thin one.
It decreases your raw physical skill because everybody is handicapped. So even if you can run, you can run really, really fast. When you stick that broom between your legs, you're handicapped just a little bit. So it puts everyone almost on an even playing field.
Get him!
The brooms make Quidditch a one-of-a-kind game. But to maintain authenticity with the books and the movies, there's one other important aspect that needs to be included: the golden snitch.
You catch this, Potter, and we win.
In Harry Potter, the golden snitch is a flying golden ball. Here it's a tennis ball in a sock attached to the back of the snitch runner, who wears gold shorts with the word snitch written on the side.
The snitch can do just about anything to those seekers. They can literally pick them up and toss them away if they really wanted to. And the seekers have to sort of kind of play a little bit more fair game, where they can only like sort of kind of knock away the hand of the snitch to try to grab the ball out from underneath them. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of running back and forth, and the beaters play a big role in that as well, because the seekers can get beat. So really the protection of the beaters helps the snitch a lot.
There's a lot of good passing, but it kind of led to nowhere because
Between bludgers and broomsticks, the members of the team all consider themselves wild about Harry, but they disagree on which they prefer: the books or the movies.
I am a huge Harry Potter fan, except I've never read the books, which some of the people on the team were always shocked to hear that because I am the president, but I just never got around to it.
Becky, oh, shame. Yeah, Becky's never read them. For the 7 books, I read them 7 times, and I still read them just because I love them. I watched the movies before I read the books, unfortunately, because my mom was super into it, so her and I, that's how we bond. We love talking about it.
For an imaginary game, Quidditch has made a real difference in the lives of these students.
You realize this is not a real sport, right?
Sort of, yeah, but that's all right. We have fun, and you know, if you think of it as a sport, it's a real sport.
I like that it's a growing sport. There's a lot, every year there's like a new rule book that's coming out, and the game's changing and it's adapting. It's evolving into something new, and I think that's really special, and that a lot of people are coming in and learning this new sport. It's not something that a lot of kids grew up doing, obviously. Like, you have people who are playing soccer their whole lives, but Quidditch is something special. Keep going! All sports had to start somewhere, you know? Who knows, this could be the next NFL.
When I came here, I didn't even know there was a Quidditch team because I didn't understand that colleges did Quidditch. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is my thing, because I'm a fan, I love it, I love sports, I gotta be active. So it's such a perfect mix of both of them that and you find a lot of people like that. And it's just this great vibe of just nerdism and athleticism.
From fantasy to reality, there's certainly something magical about the game of Quidditch. In Burlington, I'm Keith Silva with Across the Fence.
Quidditch is a year-round sport. Check out UVM Quidditch on Facebook to learn about upcoming events and tournaments. Extracurricular activities are one facet of college life. Internships are another. They help students gain hands-on experience in an area of interest. Rebecca Gollin tells us about an internship that's connected to the University of Vermont's Alumni House.
A new exhibit at the University of Vermont's Alumni House displays artwork by some of the most important people at the school. The artists showcased here are current students.
Students really, they are the heart of any university, and so.
Alumni House Operations Manager Patrick McGuire oversaw the student interns who curated the show.
This spring I have 2 student curation interns, Keely and Yuli, who have been with us since January, and their mission has been to completely design, coordinate, and then install this art show.
There are a lot more intricacies to the process than just like, oh, we're going to hang it up and see if it looks good. Like, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Sophomores Keely Lyons and Yuli Baddix are both interested in careers in the art world. This internship offered them the chance to get some useful experience.
So it was a lot of learning. We didn't, because neither of us had any real experience with the start to finish process of curation. To the left.
The two worked together to get the show up here in the Bates Family Gallery. There have been some small shows here, and with a versatile new wall hanging system, the space is ready for regular exhibits. A big part of this internship was creating a framework for future art shows in the space.
Keely and Yuli had the dual mission of hosting the show, but also giving us a vision for what a rotating art structure could look like here. And so they've done a lot of behind-the-scenes research, meeting with some local partners, folks on campus. They've been Googling furiously, I'm sure, and they've put a lot of work into envisioning what really goes into a successful art program and what aspects of that we can bring to Alumni House to create something that's sort of long-lasting that we're able to implement throughout the years.
Along with all of the logistics, the interns were charged with coming up with the theme of the show, Pride of Place.
So we were definitely focused on place and space and the feeling of being at home at UVM and college in general, and how UVM can be this strange place where you're learning and you're moving on to the next point in your life, but you're also working on your past. So you're building off of your past and you're moving forward.
I think for me, UVM has become my home in so many ways, just because of the people I've met and the experience I've had, but also like the stability of being here and getting to learn more about myself in a way that I didn't really get to in high school. So I think to me, pride of place means finding a place that can be your home, but it's more than a place, it's about a feeling. I think for me, home is a feeling.
Is that good?
Yeah.
As for the artists themselves, Baddocks and Lyons were pleasantly surprised by who responded to their call for submissions.
We honestly thought that it was just going to be limited to art students, and we only have around 3 art students, and the rest are all biochemistry, either art education or biomedical sciences, engineering, computer science, like all these different fields that you would not associate with creativity or expression. So it was really exciting to see that there's a lot more want for art on campus within students, and people want to express themselves and they want to use that as a separate way to get engaged.
The two hope that those who come to see the exhibit in person will appreciate the diversity of UVM's artistic community.
I hope that people realize that there's a really talented community of student artists here at UVM.
Here at Alumni House, the idea is to continue to tap into that community.
There's thousands of students on campus who are talented artists, and we're only showcasing a tiny sliver of them. And so hopefully it's the beginning of a great opportunity to continue showing student artwork and sort of celebrating that campus talent.
Celebrating the students and artists at UVM with a new venue to showcase their talent. In Burlington, I'm Rebecca Gollin with Across the Fence.
With a framework now in place, the Alumni House plans to continue showcasing student talent. That's our program for today. Thanks for joining us Across the Fence. I'm Fran Stoddard.